the other days, but now they got away. You miss those other days, the other days, but now we're living hard. But did you know we're fighting time? Cause I'm hoping now you see it. You meant those other days when you would say we made it out alive. I meant those other days, the kind of days, the kind you wanna fly. That's how I know I found the one. So take me back to the times where far, far and high, cruising through the summer till we see the winter light. You sleep, I can try. Everybody thinking that we'll make it out alright. And we never feel alone. But now I think I'ma miss you, yeah, I miss you, honey.
Hi everybody, it's Kai. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video. And as you noticed, I did a little machinima and I really hope you guys like that because I want to try like something new into my channel that I can improve for the content. But anyways, today we are going to be building a cottage, like a straw cottage in the world of Windenburg, and the lot that I'm building on is a 20 by 20 lot. And it is known as Mid Nowhere, and this is the same lot I think where I built my Belle's cottage video for my Around the World series for France. And if you guys want to check that out, I'll link down the link of the video in the description below or in the top right corner, as you can see right now. And I chose this cottage build because I was inspired by like overgrown cottages pictures on Pinterest, and I really like the vibe that it gives off. It's like kind of like an abandonment vibe, but it is also peaceful at the same time. So that's what I was aiming for this build. And for the exterior, it's pretty much a lot of plants and a lot of like green grasses, and also I put a sculpture in here. I really hope you guys like this build because I like this build a lot, and it is the first time I properly use my reshape preset, which is Dove. It's one of my favorites actually, and I was having trouble installing the reshape preset before this for the previous build. I think I resolved it because I didn't use the correct reshade version, so I had to install an older one, but I'm happy that it worked out finally for this build, and I really hope you guys like it. Before we get further into the build, of course, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and also give it a comment if you think it's nice or not. And I just really like how it turned out for this one. And as you can see, I'm working on the structure. The structure is pretty simple with a lot of like small boxes, basically because I don't want to overcomplicate the structure. So I ended up just dealing with boxes, and I also managed to put a lot of those plant boxes outside under the windows. As you can see, I think they're from the Discover University pack. It is brown, the brown one with the the yellow flowers on top of it. And I had so much fun building this cottage just because I think it looked cute in the end, and I hope you guys will like it too. So yeah, for the exterior, there's pretty much it. I also ended up putting a greenhouse for this build, and I also ended up putting a chess table and a painting easel on the top floor for the balcony area. And the balcony of this house is a little bit weird because it's like a semicircle and then it's like flat for the other half of the semicircle. So it kind of looks weird, but I don't think it's noticeable if you view it from afar. But if you guys want to check, download this build, it's already up in the gallery under my ID, and you can find my gallery ID in the description down below as well. It is the same as my username. Wait, no, I actually changed my name to simmerkhai instead of haisayakhai because I found that a lot of people that I interacted with, when they say my name, they always say it's like hi, so it's kind of weird. So I decided to change my name to simmerkhai so that it's noticeable, and also people can know that my name is Kai instead of it's Hi, because Hi is not my name. Haisayakhai is actually Hi, I'm Kai. My name is Kai actually. So I changed my name, but the gallery ID is the same, which is haisayakhai. I will link down the I'll write it down actually in the description. If you want to download this house, it's already up if you're interested in downloading it. And for the roofing of this build, I ended up going with a straw type of roofing from the Island Living pack, I think. And I used to live overseas where every day before school we would pass by this little cottage with straw roofs in it, so I got kind of inspired by it, so I decided to put straw roofs for this build instead. And I really like the end because like it ended up really like blending well with nature, and also kind of like worn down because I ended up putting also like ivy leaves on the walls of the build. You will see that after this, and I really tried to make it look like it's overgrown. It's an overgrown cottage with a lot of like overgrown veins and leaves and plants and stuff like that. For the exterior, I was really also happy because other than the greenhouse, I managed to put a lot of debug items of the same stone type of item to make a lot of like pathways from the house, from the entrance to the greenhouse, and then to the upstairs area. Oh, and talking about the upstairs area, the stairs for this build is actually on the outside of the house, which is a little bit weird, but I think it looks really cute from the outside. But for your sim, if your sim lives in this house, they will have to go up through the stairs from the outside instead of the inside. This is because I thought that if I were to put the stairs on the inside of the house, it will look really cramped, and just I don't really like it when it's cramped, and I prefer a lot of space so that I can put in a lot of stuff. Not overly cluttered, of course, but still looking nice really in the end. But for the bathroom of this build, it is a pretty small space for the bathroom, so I ended up just decorating it really minimal. There's not a lot of decorations for the bathroom, but for the bedroom it's kind of small also, but I ended up putting like a couple of books, I think, and also some side tables and stuff like that. But for the outside, there's the greenhouse I was talking about, and I also put in the debug rocks that you see that I make for the paths, and I'm really happy about it because it gives me kind of like this peaceful vibe, as well as like it's overgrown or something like that. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention that this build is also inspired by Simliaga, which is my friend on Instagram. You guys can check her Instagram out. I'll link down her Instagram in the description. She recently did this kind of like overgrown cottage, something like that, and I really got inspired because I really like that vibe. So thanks Aga for your inspiration. You're such a talented simmer. And not only Aga, there's a lot of others as well, I'm pretty sure. You know who you are if you know what I mean. And right now I'm working on the greenhouse area. The greenhouse area is a transparent building with I used the Moschino stuff pack window and also a glass roof on it because I wanted to make it look spacious from the inside. But in the end, unfortunately, I managed to only squeeze in like 5 planter boxes instead of like a lot, because the planter boxes are quite huge, I think, in The Sims, and the glasses make it look more spacious in a way, I guess. But you will see that after this. And I really like the greenhouse, although I've never had one, because it gives me kind of like a witchy vibe as well. And for the original idea of this house, I actually also wanted to put in like a witch type of cottage, but I figured that it will be too like complicated because I have to use like crooked roofs and just weird structures, and also maybe some terrain tools. But yeah, I just decided to go with a normal straw cottage instead, because I don't really want to deal with wasting time on terrain and stuff like that. But definitely I will try in the future, hopefully, because I'm also not really good at terrain, at the terrain tool and just figuring things out using the terrain. But I hope to try one day, at least do like maybe like a cottage on a hill or something like that. Tell me what you guys think. What should I do if I want to do like a terrain type of house? Yeah, please let me know, because I'm brainstorming ideas of what to build, but I don't know what like viewers want. So yeah, help me out, please. And you can see that I'm starting over here with the landscape. For the landscaping, I used a lot of like those plants from the, I think, backyard stuff. And they're really pretty, and they just look so magical because of the odd shaped flowers, the cone shaped, and also those like I think they are lilies. I'm not sure what they're called, but they give off a magical vibe to this cottage, in my opinion. And I also squeezed in a tree from, I think, Cats and Dogs, that birch tree, I think it's called, not sure, but it's the white bark tree. And it's really pretty because like there's a lot of whites for the outside, but for the inside I think I stuck to like a wooden color scheme, and also a bit of like pinks and blues, because, and I also actually put a lot of plants for the inside of the build as well, because I imagine that this is actually a home that belongs to a gardener, and that's why there's a lot of like plants that are overgrown and just really in the way wherever your sim goes. But I already play tested this build out, and it works 100%. Even the stairs, even though the stairs intersect with the roof, they still work. And yeah, I'm just telling you that because if you want to know. But yeah, it works. And yeah, I think that's about it. Like, there's no other thing that doesn't work for this build. Let me see. Yeah, no, everything works fine, so you don't have to worry about like your sims getting blocked for where they want to walk or anything. But as you can see, I started off with the interior already, and for the wallpaper I chose is from the Get Together pack. It looks very cottagey to me, so I used that wallpaper. And also the flooring, I think, is from the Spooky Stuff pack. And I chose white color because the white color gives off like a more spacious vibe, because if I were to match that like a darker color with the wallpaper, it would look a bit too crowded in here. But there's a lot of clutter in this build, so I wanted to make sure that you could actually see like there's a lot of space while it is fully cluttered. And I started off with this hallway over here where I used the fire camp. I always forget what it's called. I'm so sorry, but that fireplace, yes, fireplace, I took from the Eco Lifestyle, and next to it I placed like a TV table with a lot of plants on it. And also next to it is this little bench over here from Cats and Dogs, and I put a lot of plants on it as well. Although I put a lot of like animal related objects, like that painting, and also that pot of cat with the plant in it. When I play tested it for this sim that lives here, she doesn't have a cat or dog. But I also didn't put like animal bowl, the food bowl. So if you guys want to like use it for like a sim and their pet, maybe you guys can just add the bowl itself, because I didn't put a bowl. Because I just imagined that a gardener lived here. Maybe she is into animals as well, but she doesn't own one. And next to this living area is going to be the kitchen. It is wooden color scheme, and I think the base game counters, which are the brown ones, and also the stuff which is fire stuff, like, so because I think that's kind of stuff fits this aesthetic properly, which is a cottage kind of aesthetic. So I used like a traditional stuff instead of a modern one. And I also ended up putting that shelf from from Tiny Living. Yeah, Tiny Living, and I squeezed it like in the middle of the fridge and the top counter to make it look like it's built in, because there was space between the fridge and the counter that I didn't like, and I wanted to fill in something there, but I didn't know how or what to put in. So I ended up putting that that little shelf from the Tiny Living stuff bag. And as you can see, there's a lot of like empty counters as well, because I wanted to make sure that your Sims can actually use them instead of like using counters that are cluttered. But I left like 2 or 3 counters that are empty, and the rest I just cluttered it up with simple clutter. And there's, oh yeah, I forgot to put the curtains. Oh my god, I forgot to put the curtains for the kitchen. I'm really sorry about that. But for the windows of the other windows of this build, I actually put curtains. So I'm really sorry about that. But if I were to put curtains, I think I would put like the short curtains, maybe from the Parenthood pack, which are made for like the smaller windows. But yeah, this is going to be the dining room of the build, and I think for the first time in my life, the dining room is actually my favorite part of this build, because it looks really cluttered, but at the same time it looks very, very comfortable. I put that TV stand from the kids room stuff with a lot of plants, and also squeezed in a laundry basket next to it. Oh yeah, I also just remembered that I didn't put any laundry day stuff back, like the clothesline to hang your clothes. And I wanted to, but I forgot, and I'm sorry about that as well. But you can see that for the curtains, I put these the simple ones from, I think, movie night stuff pack. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. And I really like the dining room area, because like I said, I cluttered it up properly and it's just really cozy, I think. And for this top level is going to be the bedroom and also the bathroom. There's only one bedroom for this build because it's a cottage, and I didn't imagine like a family of Sims living here. It's only one Sim, and it's a gardener Sim. And yeah, she has like a small bedroom in the cottage upstairs, where she has to access it through the outside stairs, which is kind of weird, but I think it's really different in a way, because the stairs are outside of the build instead of inside, and it looks really cute as well from the outside. But let me know what you guys think. Of course, this final section over here is going to be the bathroom of the build, and I stuck to this wooden theme wallpaper and also the flooring, because I imagine that maybe this cottage is already like kind of run down, but it's still livable. So I mean, you could still live in it, so it's really that simple with just like wooden wallpaper and flooring. It's just a bit traditional in my opinion. But I also managed to put in also that nifty knitting wall decoration, and also for the balcony over here, I put a chess table and also an art easel. I put a lot of like nifty knitting stuff as well, like the knitting basket with the yarn balls, and it's really cute. And for the outside, for the entrance, I also managed to put in a bicycle with a lot of plant decorations, and I really like the entrance of the build because it's like hidden in the leaves, and it's really cool, I think. It's really like cute, and also like just cottage core vibes. And also put that plant on the stool. But I hope you guys really like this video. If you guys do like it, please leave it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!